Thank you for joining us on Arirang News. It's Thursday, January 30th here in Seoul, and I'm Choi Min-jung. We begin with the comments from U.S. President Donald Trump's pick for Commerce Secretary, which is causing concern for U.S. allies and the global trade market. The nominee backed plans to impose levies on foreign goods while possibly backing out of subsidies signed under the Biden administration. Our Moon Hae-ryun has the details.
President Trump's nominee to lead the Commerce Department, Howard Lutnick, backed Trump's plans to impose tariffs and stated that American allies, including South Korea, have exploited the United States in trade. During his Senate confirmation hearing on Wednesday, Lutnick claimed that Washington will need to work closely with allies such as Tokyo and Seoul in order to push foreign companies toward U.S.-based manufacturing. These remarks came in response to a question that asked about his plans to promote joint investment with allies to stimulate growth in the U.S. Lutnick made clear that tariffs would serve as a tool to encourage domestic manufacturing and emphasized that while tariffs on China should be the highest, allies should not expect any exceptions.
We need to be treated better. We need to be treated with respect, and we can use tariffs to create reciprocity, fairness, and respect.
He also addressed Trump's recent announcement of a 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada, scheduled to take effect at the start of next month, clarifying that these tariffs are separate from general trade tariffs. He explained that these specific tariffs aim to curb illegal immigration and fentanyl trafficking and would not be implemented if both countries cooperate on these issues. As for general trade tariffs, he revealed his preference for across-the-board tariffs by country, suggesting that he favors tariffs applied across all goods rather than specific goods categories. Lutnick expressed skepticism about subsidies provided under the Biden administration through the CHIPS and Science Act and the Inflation Reduction Act, raising concerns about how South Korean firms investing in the U.S. might be negatively affected. Tech giants Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix have made significant investments in the U.S. based on these incentives, but Lutnick stated that even if contracts under the CHIPS Act were finalized under the Biden administration, they would need to be reviewed. He also opposed a tax credit for leased electric vehicles, a provision under the IRA that has benefited South Korean auto companies such as Hyundai Motor. The hearing also addressed growing concerns over China's advances in artificial intelligence, including the recent breakthroughs by DeepSeek, a Chinese AI company. Lutnick advocated for stringent export controls and tariffs to curb China's technological rise and accused DeepSeek of stealing intellectual property from the U.S. Moon Hae-ryun, Arirang News.
The U.S. Federal Reserve has decided to keep its benchmark interest rate unchanged in its first monetary policy meeting of the year and the first since President Donald Trump's inauguration. Following a two-day meeting, the Federal Open Market Committee announced on Wednesday that it would maintain the rate at its current range of 4.2% to 4.5%. The decision marks a pause in the Fed's rate-cutting cycle, which has seen 3 consecutive reductions in September, November, and December last year. The Fed's cautious stance, despite Trump's public calls for rate cuts, suggests that it is waiting to assess the impact of the new administration's policies. As the Lunar New Year holiday comes to an end, highways across the country are experiencing heavy congestion, with many travelers returning home. According to the Korea Expressway Corporation, as of 9 a.m., estimated travel times to Seoul are 7 hours 40 minutes from Busan, 6 hours 40 minutes from Daegu, and a little under 3 hours from Gangneung. Inbound traffic jams to Seoul are expected to peak between 5 and 6 p.m. and gradually ease by dawn tomorrow. Authorities have urged drivers to be extra cautious, with icy roads and black ice posing significant risks. Seollal, Korea's Lunar New Year, wouldn't be complete without Tteokguk, or rice cake soup. A bowl of this warm, comforting dish is more than just a meal. It symbolizes good fortune and aging a year. Our An Sung-jin takes us to where the heart of this tradition begins.
Korean Lunar New Year, also known as Seollal, is one of the country's major holidays. Traditionally, Koreans would gather together, play folk games, and perform ancestral rites. And when Koreans think of Seollal, there's one thing that comes to their mind.
떡국이요. 왜냐면은 떡국 먹으면 나이도 먹을 수 있어요. 설날하면은 가족들이 다 같이 모여서 먹는 떡국이 생각납니다.
설날하면은 떡국이 제일 대표적인 음식이 아닐까요?
Then what is Tteokguk that everyone is talking about? Tteokguk, which literally combines the word tteok, rice cake, and guk, soup, is a typical traditional dish eaten during the Lunar New Year holiday. The owners of this rice cake mill have been making their own tteok for more than 50 years. It's especially during these holidays that orders for garetteok, a long strip of rice cake dough, and the main ingredient in the tteokguk surges. First, rice, which has been soaked, is ground twice to soften it before it is steamed. After that, it's all mashed together to create long strips of garetteok. The long strip represents people's desires to have good fortune. Once the rice cake hardens for a day or two, it is then cut into oval pieces that resemble the shape of coins once used in Korea, the yeopjeon. The exact origin of eating tteokguk on Lunar New Year's Day is unclear, but it is believed to give good luck for the year. A traditional saying even goes that you haven't become a year older until you've had a bowl of tteokguk. Eating tteokguk during Seoul still remains a tradition, even if buying handmade tteok to make your own tteokguk is becoming less common.
For us, it's mostly regular customers that have been coming for a long time. Not a lot of new customers because it's not common to eat this much tteok. People now normally just buy small packages.
Tteokguk is not only a symbolic dish of Korea's Lunar New Year, but it also provides a glimpse into the hidden meanings behind the ingredients. An Sung-jin, Arirang News.
Israel has confirmed that 3 Israeli hostages will be released in Gaza on Thursday, along with 5 Thai nationals. The Israeli Prime Minister's office revealed a list of names provided by Hamas to mediators, though the identities of the 5 Thai citizens have not been disclosed. On the same day, Israel is expected to release 110 Palestinian prisoners. The hostage and prisoner release comes under the Israel-Hamas ceasefire deal. Hamas promised to release 33 Israeli hostages captured on October 7th, while Israel vowed to free nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners in the first phase of the deal. That wraps up our noon edition of Arirang News. Thank you for watching.